There's a story behind each win, all 83 of them. The first, an upstart rookie at his home track. The 83rd, one legendary champion equaling another. In between, he thrilled us, he inspired us, and he lifted us when we needed it most.
The emotions of the victory for Jimmie Johnson. He wins in Atlanta for Hendrick Motorsports.
And loving memory all the way.
2 Daytona 500s, 4 Brickyards. The biggest stages, the brightest lights. 8 wins.
Jimmie Johnson wins at Charlotte.
9.
Jimmie Johnson has won yet again at the Martinsville Speedway.
Thank you, boys.
11.
Jimmie Johnson, for the 11th time in his career, has picked up the win here at Dover.
5 championships in a row. Then a 6th. And a record-tying 7th. A singular career, each win different than the next. Each title unique.
Jimmie Johnson trying to make history.
Oh my God, no way!
As a competitor and a teammate, he drove us to be better. He even outdrove some of us a time or two.
Drag race, Jimmie Johnson.
That was my hero I just beat there.
And when he didn't win, he was always there to celebrate. A father and a husband, a brother and son, a friend. Driven to succeed, driven to pay it forward, driven to do it right. A true champion on and off the track.
Be a team member again for us with the current.
A role model for our kids, a legacy that will never be matched. A tale written in trophies and excellence of character. A story we can be proud to tell, that we were the lucky ones, because we were there to see it all, to witness the rarity of true greatness. And we will never forget.
What a tribute you saw there in the beginning from one fellow legend to another, and Jeff Gordon talking about Jimmie Johnson, a tribute you saw before, courtesy of Hendrick Motorsports. And since Jimmie finished his final race on Sunday at Phoenix Raceway, before we get into that, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Colton, aka Con Cola, as I appeared on the latest episode of his Podcast Racing, and we talked about whether if Kevin Feige has too much power at Marvel, and I highly recommend you check out that video, and also check out his other videos and subscribe to his channel as well, especially if you're into movies and shows. And I'll leave the link to the video and his channel in the description. And let's begin with the checkered flag heavyweight on Jimmie Johnson's career. After 19 full seasons and 686 starts, Johnson is retiring from full-time Cup Series competition. He retires being tied with Hall of Famers Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt for the most championships with 7. Here's Johnson talk about what he thought about his full-time career being over, and more, courtesy of NBC.
Man, my heart's full. I'm just so happy to have this wonderful career and so many great people behind me. And first and foremost, this one right here, my wife Chandra, been with me every step of the way. My kids, this has just been quite a journey for all of us. And my heart's full. I'm very thankful for today. Had a great run on the track, and then I just can't go without congratulating Chase Elliott, Hendrick Motorsports, on another championship.
It all ended on Sunday at Phoenix Raceway in the season finale 500. Johnson's Hendrick Motorsports teammate, Chase Elliott, won his first Cup Series championship, but by not only having the best finish out of the championship contenders, but also winning the race, Jimmie finished 5th. Johnson was also asked on what his heart was full of and more on NBC.
It's been a great run. I've had 19 years in the Cup Series, 2 years in the Xfinity Series. I've met so many wonderful people. I've worked for great people. I've worked with great people. I've learned so many lessons inside and out of the car, and I'm full. This has been a great journey. I'm ready to, spend my time a little differently instead of 38 weeks a year being on the road racing in the Cup Series, and just ready for it, and very, very full and happy.
Johnson also then realize the significance of his top 5 run until daughter Evie celebrated it on pit road afterward. "Daddy, I think you won," she said. Johnson politely corrected his oldest of 2 daughters. "No," she said. "The first 4 cars were in the championship and you beat everybody else." Evie was right. Behind Elliott were championship 4 contenders Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Denny Hamlin in order. Johnson couldn't have finished better among his competition. Johnson was told about not doing a burnout and left it for Elliott about it. And here's thoughts about that and more.
Yeah, that's for the champion. I wanted to wave to my group that was over there under a tent and come by the front stretch, but the donuts for the winner of the race and the champion, and I just wanted to wave goodbye.
The finish was Johnson's 5th top 5 of the year and his 232nd of his career. He also closed out 2020 with 10 top 10s and 374 since his rookie season in 2002. It was also Johnson's final race in the 4-day Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, which was the same car he took to victory lane 83 times, which is 6th best all time. That was since he took his first win on April 28, 2002 at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California, his home track. Alex Bowman will take over the 48 in 2021. Johnson was also asked on what it was like having him involved in NASCAR and more.
Well, I think I've just been true to myself, and the things I'm passionate about, I stand up for, and it's really just a simple process of standing for the things I believe in, and I was thankful to see the garage area, and many far and wide agreed with a lot of that as well. So, if anything, I encourage anybody doing things, be yourself.
Here's more from Johnson. "I've let in about as much as I can," Johnson said. "I feel like the off-season will happen, and I won't have team meetings and 2021 planning meetings, and my trips to the shop won't be as frequent. I'll still go and be around HMS because of hope. But I think as next year comes around, and I don't have to go to Daytona for the 500, and those firsts that come along, that's when it will take deeper, and it'll continue to set in deeper and deeper." Slowly but surely, Johnson still hopes to run one-off NASCAR races whenever he can. And he's not leaving the cockpit either, as it'll be an open seat instead. Johnson joined Chip Ganassi Racing in the NTT IndyCar Series to drive the 48 Carvana Honda part-time at the road courses next year. He recently tested at IndyCar at Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama. Even saw David Land mention that Johnson, Elliott, and Simon Pagenaud are driving the Rolex 24 at Daytona, driving a DPI Cadillac. Johnson is also going out on his own terms, which was also what he wanted when he first announced his retirement a year ago. "I have friends that have been NASCAR drivers, friends of mine that played professional football, professional baseball," Johnson said. "Very few have had the opportunity to call their shot and say when they're gone. Some have had injury, some were forced out, some sponsorship or opportunity passed them by. And either way, watching them, there's a big voice that I've noticed. I'm just thankful that I won't have that void. It would not have been possible without Jeff Gordon and Rick Hendrick taking a chance on Johnson. You saw the tribute by Gordon earlier, and couldn't do one without including Hendrick also. Here's that courtesy of Hendrick Motorsports."
Jimmy, I knew you were going to be good, but man, I had no idea that you were going to win all these championships, 5 in a row. And do it with class. I think that's what's impressed everybody as much as the championships, that you just have no enemies. You're super nice to everybody. You never ask you to do anything you didn't do. And you've been such a great ambassador for NASCAR. You're just perfect, buddy. When this weekend comes around and it's Phoenix and it's going to be your last race in one of our cars, there are tremendous emotions going through me right now. Just thanking you for all you've done and trying to show our appreciation, not only us, but NASCAR, the sport, the fans, what you've meant to so many people. It's going to be a sad moment to see you pull in the pits. And I'm going to be emotional, but I know you want to do other things, and I'm excited about your next chapter in your life.
Man, what a career Jimmy has had. 7 championships, 83 wins, 2 Daytona 500s, number of Coca-Cola 600 wins, Southern 500 wins. He's done it all in this sport. He won 5 in a row. Incredible what he's done in his career. And I would be remiss if I didn't include Chad Knaus, who was a part of all those championships and wins the fact is that also Canals is retiring as well, as he'll be moving into like a more permanent role at Hendrick Motorsports, and what a career by both guys. Especially like if it weren't for Chad, Jimmy would not have all those championships. If it weren't for Jimmy, Chad would not have all those championships. So what a career both have had, and incredible like that what he's done in his career, and especially it just showed you like how dominant he was driving the 48 in his career. The fact that he did it all with one sponsor, one crew chief, one owner, one number, one manufacturer is just incredible that he did that essentially with just all that consistency. And people compare it to maybe Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I could see that argument, especially like Brady and Belichick won 6 Super Bowls and Johnson and Canals won 7 Cup championships. So pretty incredible company. Even former President Barack Obama called him the Michael Jordan of NASCAR. And I can see why that is. If you're talking about like who I think is the GOAT, I personally think is Jeff Gordon, just because of how dominant he was in the late 90s, winning 13 races in a season, winning 33 in 2 years or so, 3 seasons. And he was just dominant. And I think he's the GOAT if I were to like be biased, someone who is a Jeff Gordon fan, grew up watching him as a Gordon fan. But if I were to be more objective, I would probably have to go with Richard Petty 1, Jeff Gordon 2, Jimmie Johnson 3, Dale Earnhardt 4, and I think Darrell Waltrip 5. I think that's like if I were to be more objective. But you can't argue with either Johnson, Gordon, or Petty as the GOAT, just because like how dominant they all were during their eras. Especially with Petty, you could argue, well, the 200 wins, well, he wasn't a non-competitive era. I don't care. You can't do 200 wins even nowadays. Forget about it, especially in a more competitive era. And I think like Johnson and Gordon did it in a much more competitive era. The wins, especially hard to come by, and they earned their wins and stripes. But of course, Gordon and Petty are Hall of Famers, and Johnson, no doubt, will be one day as well. So, but what a career though! It's a shame that he didn't get another win in his last couple years. It's a shame with the struggles he had, but you can't take away what he did his first 16 years. Outstanding, all like the 83 wins and all the championships I said before. So. And it would have been nice that if he won it one more time. I guess if you count the Clash, he won more recently, but that was not a points race. But still, though, what a career for Jimmie Johnson. Also, a shame that in his final race, Lowe's didn't come back. I was hoping they'd come back, but I understand why Allied was the sponsor in that race as well. Probably because of contractual obligations. And the fact that I've heard nothing from Lowe's on a tribute or anything is so disappointing because of the fact that it wouldn't be, if it weren't for like Jimmie Johnson, Lowe's would not have all these successes in auto race in NASCAR. And the fact that I've heard nothing from Lowe's is disappointing in my opinion. Even they mentioned in a tweet one time, like, oh, one of the great champions, he mentioned like Tom Brady. They mentioned Tom Brady, and they didn't even mention Jimmie Johnson because they forgot about him once they left the sport. They completely cut ties, and that's disappointing because even with when Dale Earnhardt Jr. retired in 2017, Budweiser did a tribute for him, and he hadn't been sponsored by Budweiser since 2007, his final year at DEI. So it's disappointing the fact that happened in that way for Jimmie Johnson, like for Lowe's to not even sponsor him one more time. But it is what it is, though. The pace scheme was still cool, but it would have been nice if it were a throwback. But I mean, Hendrick did one earlier in the year at Darlington with Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman, where Byron had throwback Jimmie Johnson paint schemes that from the Lowe's era, and Johnson had that incredible paint scheme that combined his with Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. That was an incredible paint scheme, even if the colors didn't necessarily match. Still a great paint scheme overall. But it's a shame that he didn't get a final win and in his final couple seasons. But he had a great 16 years before that, so that was all right. And plus, it wasn't as bad like him not winning his final 3 seasons compared to like Richard Petty, who didn't. Well, after his 200 win, he never won again, and he raced for another 8 full-time seasons. His final win came in 1984 at the Firecracker 400 at Daytona International Speedway, the one where Ronald Reagan was there, and he retired in 1992, and that was also the same year that Darrell Waltrip won his final race, and he retired in 2000, also going the last 8 years winless, and these are 2 of the all-time greats. So all great drivers go through struggling periods. Even Jeff Gordon went through his struggles. Tony Stewart went through his struggles. All great drivers go through struggles, but it's a shame that he didn't get to win in his final season like Gordon, like Stewart. And that was disappointing at that point. But at least he finished fifth. And also, what a salute that he did at the race as well with Chase Elliott. I'm not a Chase Elliott fan, nor will I ever be. But that was a nice moment that he and him had after Elliott won the championship at Phoenix, his first. And it was nice that Elliott did it with the yellow Hendrick numbers that symbolize the successes of the 48. That's why they had the yellow numbers. So it was cool that he did it like that. But still, a nice moment where they had the high five, and nice moment also when Johnson saluted the fans. And they had the high five as well. It's basically a passing of the torch, so that was nice. But Elliott winning the championship, that ensures that there continued to be a champion at Hendrick Motorsports after he won. And also, like with Jimmie, also, the thing is, he wasn't like the most sought-out driver. He didn't always have the most success in the Xfinity Series and Busch Series. All he was known for was having a crash at Watkins Glen in 2000. But fortunately, it looked worse than what it was. But fortunately, though, he was okay, and he got out and saluted the crowd, which was a nice moment there. And he even talked to Jeff Gordon about giving him an opportunity, and he did. And he even won that pole for the 2002 Daytona 500, and him and Chad Knaus weren't a proven combination yet. And when he got that first win at Autocross Speedway, that was just incredible. And even Jeff Gordon said, it was sort of victory late. Oh, guess he made the right choice. And yet, he did, especially after nobody thought Jimmie would be what he did. Not even Rick Hendrick. He said it also, in his tribute video to Jimmie. So, like I said, what an incredible career for sure. Definitely, when Jimmie Johnson retires, it's going to be weird seeing the 48 on the track not being driven by him. Kind of like what happened when Jeff Gordon retired and the 24 wasn't driven by him anymore. It's just going to be weird. Especially after, since I started watching NASCAR around 2004, back when it was the Nextel Cup Series. Never seen a season without Jimmie Johnson. Just like I never saw without Jeff Gordon or Tony Stewart when they retired. It was just weird not seeing them on the track. And now that'll be the case with Jimmie as well. Not seeing the 48 not being driven by him since it's Alex Bowman taking over. It's just going to be weird. And it tells you, the youth movement of NASCAR has been changing. All these veteran drivers like Jeff Gordon, like Tony Stewart, like Dale Earnhardt Jr., like Carl Edwards, like Matt Kenseth, all are retiring, and they're all, in their mid-40s. So it just tells you how drivers are now retiring younger. And as a result, that's what's happening. Even Clint Boyer is retiring this year as well. That was his final race at Phoenix, too. So it tells you how NASCAR's been changing, and all the youth movement has been going on in NASCAR. And so it just tells you how much has been changing right now. So it's just definitely going to be weird not seeing him on the track anymore, especially the 48 being there and not being him driving. It's just going to be weird. So that's just the changing of the guard right there. But it was a shame that all his teammates won this year, and they've all gotten their first career wins. Elliott, Byron, and Bowman all won after his final win. So he never won again after they started winning. So, but can't take away from his career, especially winning all those races and championships. It's just well deserved. And congratulations to him on a great year. Thank you, Jimmie, for everything you've done for this sport, especially all the success you've had. I wasn't always a big Jimmie fan. I definitely did not like him winning, but it never had to do with the personality. He's always been a great guy. And I have nothing against Jimmie Johnson, the person. He's a great person. He's always been humble, even after winning all these races and championships, even after the struggles. He's always been respectful and a great guy. And he raced cleanly on the track, and he still managed to get all these wins and championships, which is amazing. And great guy. And I remember when he was dominant. I remember after he won races, I turned off the TV because I was just so mad that he was always winning. I mean, I probably wasn't the only one who felt like that. But I definitely did not take it. I definitely took it for granted then, but I was still able to at least appreciate it while he was still great, especially when he won that 7 championship. That was incredible, and that was awesome to see. But I never thought after he won that one that he wouldn't win, that he would only win 3 more races after that, with his final win coming at Dover in 2017. I never thought that would be his last championship, and I would have thought that he would have gotten an 8th, but unfortunately it didn't happen that way. But it doesn't take away from what he's done in his career, all the successes. And like I said, it's still amazing that he did all that with one sponsor, one crew chief, one owner, one number, one manufacturer. And it's just incredible for the most part. I mean, he did win 2 races without Knaus, but for the most part, all of them came with him. And it would have also been nice if he had crew chiefed his final race with Jimmie, but that might not have been the right thing to do, logistically, especially since they're still competing for a win and everything. But still, though, what a career for both guys. Congratulations to them on their great careers. Thank you guys for doing everything for NASCAR, fans like myself, and all the success they've had and everything you've had. An incredible career, and congratulations. And I mean, he won't be far, Jimmie. He'll be he'll still be racing. He'll be doing the IndyCar stuff, and he'll be doing the Rolex 24 at Daytona, which is pretty incredible to do that. And he'll be partying up with Chase Elliott and Simon Pagenaud, like I said, driving that Cadillac in the 24-hour race there. So maybe he could get a win in that race, and that would be incredible there too. So we'll see with that, and we'll see how he does in IndyCar too, especially driving a different vehicle. He's been testing there and stuff. So what an incredible career as well for him. So kudos to what he's done, and congratulations again for what you've done, and enjoy retirement. I mean, you deserve it. I mean, you've done everything you have for the sport and won everything. So congratulations, well deserved. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you're a brand new subscriber. And also, I'll show you like some of his best commercials, like, or his more significant commercials in his career as well. So enjoy those. And 48 ever.
Hey, Jimmy, I was following you practice, and it looks like you're kind of messing up turn 3. And if I was you, I would try to work it out a little more.
Hold on one second. I'm going to need it again. I'm so sorry, what were we saying?
Good talk, Jimmy.
Nextel helps NASCAR fans get things done with the new Motorola Buzz. One powerful phone, 2 powerful networks. Nextel, only from Sprint.
With our patented Hex-Tech grips, Cobalt tools are tough to put down.
Try it now.
What are you doing up there, Jimmy? Welding, Chad? Get in the car. Pipe wrench. Hey, Jimmy.
Cobalt tools, tough to put down. Available exclusively at Lowe's.
Chevy Suburban, the highest-ranked full-size SUV in initial quality. Chevy Tahoe, the best-selling full-size SUV.
Take it. You take it.
And the powerful 275 horsepower Trailblazer.
Boys.
It's one tough family of SUVs, Chevy, an American revolution.
Those Lowe's guys shouldn't have. They gave me the special deal when I used my Lowe's credit card. 5% off every day. It's got to be for those 5 championships in a row.
Don't tell Jimmy, but now everybody, and we mean everybody, that uses their Lowe's consumer credit card gets 5% off every day, not just Jimmy.
And get this. I can get 5% off or choose special financing.
Once again, that offer's not just for Jimmy, it's for everyone.
If I win this year, I wonder if they'll make it 6%.
Yeah, no way.
Who said that?
Experience. Lowe's. Let's build something together.
So Jimmy, you ready to win? You ready to win? Jimmy, you ready? You ready? Yeah, we're ready. Yeah, Jeff, a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of preparation.